Greetings to all. Today, I have an incredible story that I am eager to share with you. This experience serves a dual purpose. It is designed not only to enhance your listening skills, but also to ignite a spark of inspiration within you. The narrative unfolds under the title, Nothing is Free, illustrating the profound impact that hard work and unwavering determination can have on one's life journey. In a serene little town, nestled amidst the towering embrace of mountains, there resided a young man named Leo. At just 20 years of age, he navigated the tranquil rhythms of life in this secluded haven. Leo harbored grand aspirations. He envisioned himself at the helm of a thriving restaurant chain, carving out his identity as a successful entrepreneur. However, he faced numerous challenges. His family was navigating a challenging period marked by financial strain. His father, Mark, was a Leo, and his mother, Claire, engaged in the laborious task of cleaning houses to make ends meet. His younger sister, Sophie, a mere 10 years old, gazed up at him with admiration, as if he were a hero in her eyes. On a brisk evening, Leo stood outside their quaint little house, his eyes fixed on the twinkling stars above. He murmured softly to himself, "I yearn to provide my family with a better life, but where do I even begin when we struggle to make it through each day?" Leo shared his dreams with his father, Mark, opening up about the visions that danced in his mind. With a heavy sigh, Mark turned to Leo and remarked, "Dreams don't come cheap. To attain what you desire, one must be prepared to engage in a struggle for it. Begin with whatever you have at your disposal, no matter how insignificant it may seem." Small as Leo pondered deeply over his father's words, a sudden spark of inspiration ignited within him. He came to understand that the residents of his town had a deep affection for fresh bread, yet they were compelled to journey to a distant bakery to satisfy their craving. He envisioned a venture where the aroma of freshly baked bread would waft through his neighborhood, enticing residents to indulge in his artisanal creations. The sole concern, Leo found himself without any cash to purchase the bread. He resolved to seize the moment and approach the bakery owner, Mr. Anderson, with a sense of determination. Leo journeyed for miles, driven by a determination to locate Mr. Anderson, a cantankerous old man known for his deep-seated mistrust of others. Leo expressed, "Mr. Anderson, I have a desire to sell your bread in my town. However, I find myself lacking the funds to purchase it. Please, can you place your trust in me for just 1 week? I will sell the bread, return your money, and retain a modest profit for myself." Mr. Anderson arched an eyebrow, a subtle gesture that hinted at his curiosity and skepticism. "And why should I place my trust in you, kid?" he inquired. With unwavering confidence, Leo responded, "I am resolute in my determination, and I will put in the effort necessary to demonstrate that I am capable of achieving this." After a prolonged silence, Mr. Anderson finally spoke, "Very well, I will provide you with the bread for 1 week. However, should you fail to repay me, I advise you not to return to this place." Leo was absolutely elated. The following morning, he carefully gathered the bread and made his way back to his town, where he meticulously arranged a quaint little stand near the park. With an infectious enthusiasm and a radiant smile, he welcomed each passerby, exclaiming, "Fresh bread, warm and delicious." Initially, there was a palpable uncertainty among the people regarding the quality of his offering. However, Leo, with a keen understanding of the market, decided to provide free samples. This strategic move quickly turned the tide, and before long, he found himself welcoming his very first customer. As the sun dipped below the horizon, he found himself with empty shelves, having sold every last loaf of bread. The day's efforts culminated in a modest profit, a testament to his hard work and dedication. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the town, he made his way back to Mr. Anderson. With a sense of resolve, he returned the money, settling the debt that had lingered between them. The elderly gentleman nodded thoughtfully and remarked, "You have honored your promise. Return tomorrow." From that moment forward, Leo dedicated himself to his work with unwavering determination. At the break of dawn, precisely at 4 a.m., he rose from his slumber, the world still cloaked in darkness. With purposeful strides, he made his way to the bakery, the faint aroma of freshly baked bread guiding him through the quiet streets. Once there, he carefully gathered the warm loaves, cradling them in his arms as he began the journey back to. In the bustling heart of his town, he toiled diligently, and after 2 months of relentless effort, he managed to sell enough to acquire a modest cart, which significantly eased the burden of transporting a greater quantity of bread. One day a customer approached Leo and suggested, "Why not bake your own bread? Your skills in sales are impressive, yet if you delve into baking, the potential for increased earnings is substantial." The notion invigorated Leo, filling him with excitement, yet simultaneously sending a shiver of apprehension down his spine. He had never ventured into the realm of baking before. It was at that moment that Leo realized the truth. Nothing worth having comes without effort. Success, knowledge, and personal growth all demand a willingness to take risks and embrace the lessons that come with them. The thought clung to him, refusing to be dismissed or forgotten. Leo contemplated the idea of crafting his own bread from scratch. If he possessed the ability, he would no longer rely on Mr. Anderson, allowing him to increase his earnings significantly. However, a significant problem loomed. He lacked the knowledge and skills required for baking. The following morning, after settling his payment, Leo resolved to seek Mr. Anderson's assistance. "Mr. Anderson," he inquired, "could you teach me the art of baking?" The elderly man furrowed his brow and responded, "What reason do I have to impart my knowledge to you? If you master the art of baking, you may no longer seek my goods, and that would be detrimental to my business." Leo turned his gaze toward him and replied, "You're absolutely right, but I will always remember the person who provided me with my first opportunity if I ever achieve success. I would be delighted to lend a hand with your bakery as well, Mr. Anderson remarked, his voice warm with enthusiasm. He took a brief pause, then continued, "However, baking isn't as simple as it seems. Time, patience, and an abundance of hard work are essential ingredients in this journey. If you're willing to take that step, I will guide you through it." The lessons commenced at the break of dawn the following morning. At the break of dawn, or rather, well before it, Leo made his way to the bakery, arriving promptly at 3 o'clock a.m. Mr. Anderson guided him meticulously through the process of mixing the flour, kneading the dough with precision, and baking it to perfection. Initially, Leo faced considerable challenges. His hands ached from the relentless kneading, and the bread he produced oscillated between being excessively hard and disappointingly soft. On a fateful day, following the unfortunate mishap of yet another batch of bread, Leo, overwhelmed by a sense of defeat, he sank into a chair, his mind swirling with doubt as he pondered, "Perhaps this path isn't meant for me. Perhaps it is time for me to consider stepping away." Yet a memory surfaced in his mind, his father's voice echoing, "Dreams don't come easy." He came to understand that each misstep carried a valuable lesson, and surrendering was never an option. The following day, Leo made his way back to the bakery, his resolve stronger than it had ever been. With unwavering dedication, he honed each step of the process, and gradually the quality of his bread began to improve. After 2 weeks, Mr. Anderson presented him with a loaf and remarked, "This is perfect, Leo. You are prepared." Leo was filled with joy. He had finally secured a small oven for rent. Leo embarked on a journey of baking bread at home, and his family was utterly astonished by the dedication and effort he poured into his craft. His younger sister, Sophie, eagerly assisted him in packing the freshly baked bread, while their mother lovingly prepared a warm cup of tea for him as he toiled late into the night. Before long, Leo expanded his offerings beyond bread. He began crafting cookies and pastries as well. The townsfolk were enamored with his creations, proclaiming that Leo's bread was the finest they had ever savored. However, challenges arose when a new bakery emerged in town, operated by a young man named Eric. Eric owned a vibrant shop, adorned with eye-catching signs that gleamed in the light. Curiosity sparked among the people as they admired the intricate decorations, leading them to eagerly make purchases from him. Leo observed a troubling decline in his sales figures, a sense of unease settling within him as he contemplated the implications. What if he were to lose everything he had tirelessly strived to achieve? Rather than succumbing to panic, Leo resolved to elevate his efforts. He attentively engaged with his customers, inquiring, "What do you appreciate about Eric's bakery? How might I improve?" Opinions varied about Eric's shop. Some admired its pristine cleanliness and aesthetic appeal, while others were captivated by the exquisite designs adorning his cakes. Leo came to the profound realization that his journey required growth, not solely in his craft as a baker, but also in his acumen as a businessman. With the fruits of his labor carefully set aside, he transformed his cart into a vibrant canvas, splashing it with an array of bright colors that danced in the sunlight. Leo began adorning the space with an array of decorations, while generously offering free samples of his latest pastry creations. He honed his cake decorating skills by immersing himself in instructional videos at the library. Slowly but surely, patrons began to return. One evening, an older woman approached Leo and remarked, "I've witnessed many young men surrender when faced with adversity, yet you stood your ground. That is the reason we place our trust in you." Leo felt a swell of pride as he absorbed her words. As the months unfolded, his business thrived and prospered, blossoming into a remarkable success. He managed to accumulate sufficient funds to secure a modest shop for rent. While it may not have matched the grandeur of Eric's, it exuded a warmth and charm that made it feel both cozy and inviting. He referred to it as Leo's Fresh. Each morning, just before the first light of dawn, Leo would rise from his slumber, the comforting aroma of freshly baked bread filling the air as he prepared to open his shop, a warm smile gracing his face. His parents and sister played an integral role in the operation. Sophie, at the tender age of 11, delighted in engaging with the customers, while Claire meticulously managed the accounts. Yet beneath the surface, Leo was acutely aware that this was merely the inception of something much larger. His aspirations were clear: to connect with a broader audience, to bring pride to his family, and to prove to himself that through dedication and effort he could achieve the seemingly impossible. Leo's bakery was evolving into the very soul of the town, a cherished haven where the aroma of freshly baked bread, the sweetness of cakes, and the delicate allure of pastries drew in the townsfolk, each one captivated by the warmth and comfort that emanated from its doors. His business was experiencing remarkable growth and success. His family beamed with pride at his accomplishments, yet the tapestry of life was woven with more intricate challenges awaiting Leo. On a tempestuous night, as he was preparing to close his shop, he caught sight of smoke billowing from the bakery. He hurried into the room, his heart racing, only to discover a small fire flickering ominously near the oven. With swift determination, he seized a container of water and doused the flames, yet the aftermath revealed significant damage to much of his equipment. The following morning, as the news of the fire spread through the town, the concerned townsfolk gathered to see how he was faring. Whispers filled the air as some remarked, "Oh no, what's Leo going to do now?" Whispers floated through the crowd, a chorus of uncertainty as voices quietly speculated, "Perhaps this is the end for him." Leo was engulfed in a profound sense of heartbreak, yet within him stirred an unwavering resolve to persevere. Overwhelmed by a sense of defeat, he lingered outside his bakery, contemplating the weight of his circumstances. With a deep breath, he declared, "This is just another challenge. In the tapestry of my life, I have encountered my share of challenges, each one a thread woven into my story. I am resolute in my belief that I will navigate this current trial as I have done with those that came before. I shall not surrender." He inhaled deeply, allowing the air to fill his lungs, and began to formulate a strategy. He calculated the total amount he had managed to save, and came to the sobering conclusion that it fell short of what was necessary to replace all the equipment. For a fleeting moment, a wave of fear surged within him, yet Leo quickly recalled the arduous journey he had undertaken, beginning with nothing more than a dream and an unwavering commitment to hard work. Rather than remaining idle and consumed by anxiety, Leo took the initiative to seek assistance. He approached Mr. Anderson, a man of retirement, and earnestly stated, "Sir, I find myself in need of your assistance." "Leo, how would you navigate this situation if you found yourself in my position?" Mr. Anderson offered a knowing smile and remarked, "Leo, you are already aware of the answer. You have learned through experience that nothing is given without a cost. Put in the effort, have faith in your own abilities, and soon enough, others will place their trust in you as well." With a spark of inspiration igniting within him, Leo resolved to lift himself from the depths of his current state. He refused to linger in the shadows, waiting for a hero to emerge and rescue him from his plight. Instead, he took matters into his own hands, returning to the comforting ritual of baking at home, using whatever ingredients remained in his pantry. He assured his customers, "I will not let you down. I will continue to serve you, even if it's only a small amount for the time being." The townspeople held his bravery in high regard, and a number of them began to offer their assistance. A number of individuals generously contributed ingredients, while others offered financial support, and a select few dedicated their time to assist him in cleaning and refurbishing the bakery. Leo came to a significant realization. When one invests effort and persists through challenges, it does not go unnoticed. Others are inclined to extend their support to those who demonstrate a willingness to help themselves. Following months of dedicated effort, Leo proudly reopened the doors of his bakery, and the transformation was nothing short of spectacular. He meticulously painted the walls, thoughtfully added new decorations, and even devised delightful new treats such as cupcakes and muffins. His customers were elated, and on the day of the grand reopening, the mayor of the town made an appearance and proclaimed, "Leo, you are truly an inspiration. Your unwavering determination has demonstrated that with enough effort, anything is possible." He stood before the gathered crowd, his voice steady and sincere, and declared, "I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you. Your guidance has illuminated the truth that in life, nothing is handed to us on a silver platter, be it success, respect, or love. One must strive to attain all that is desired through diligent effort, unwavering patience, and relentless persistence. Do not allow failure to restrain your progress. Each challenge presents an opportunity, a stepping stone toward something greater. From that day forward, Leo's Bakery transcended its role as merely a purveyor of bread. It emerged as a beacon of hope. Individuals from neighboring towns began to arrive, drawn by the desire to meet him. Leo's journey illustrates that the path to realizing one's dreams is fraught with challenges. It demands relentless effort and significant sacrifice. Failure does not signify the conclusion. Rather, it presents an opportunity for growth and resilience. Prioritize your well-being. When others witness your dedication and effort, they will naturally be inclined to offer their support. Persevere through adversity. The most challenging moments often precede your greatest triumphs. Leo didn't merely establish a bakery. He crafted a life imbued with significance, respect, and pride. You have the power to do the same. Regardless of the dream that ignites your passion, persist in your pursuit. Nothing of true value is ever handed to you without effort. Anything is possible.